Alright, ladies and gentlemen, MMA DNA. We are here with UFC Featherweight Shane Burgos. Shane, thanks for taking the interview. Thanks for doing. How are you doing, my man?
Thanks for having me. I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Great, man. Thanks for asking. Yeah, let's start about how you came into the UFC. You was at Cage Fury FC. You are supposed to fight for the interim title.
Yep.
Yes, the guy you were fighting got injured. They couldn't find you a new opponent at the time, and then the UFC got called for Thiago Trader, who didn't have an opponent anymore because he was fighting Zubaira Tukhugov, who got USADA, and you'd stepped in. And where did it go from there?
Exactly like you said. You pretty much nailed it right there. You said everything. I don't really even feel like I have to say anything, but that was good. Yeah. So pretty much I had that interim featherweight title fight for CFFC. My opponent got sick, didn't fight, couldn't get an opponent on a week's notice, so I was out of that fight, and then I was just out of it. So I was like, oh, here, what do I do now? I'm gonna just have to wait until January, February for another fight. So I'm like, oh, and I see that Thiago's opponent dropped out, so I just get on Twitter and start tweeting, and then I get my friends and my family to start helping me tweet, and I get my manager to get behind me, and then a week after that, I got the fight.
Yeah, man, Twitter is great if it comes to that, man. It's going crazy. If you're there, you're there, man. And yeah, you did. You made your debut against Thiago Trader in Albany in New York. You live in New York. You did 3 fights in New York already for the UFC. Um, the only fighter ever who got a haircut between round two and round three.
Yeah. Yep. That's a first, but it is what it is, right?
Yeah, what was about that? Was the hair bothering you? You did that?
My corner asked me that right before I went to the fight. They were like, "Well, what are we gonna do with your hair?" And I was like, "We're not gonna do anything with my hair because it's not gonna go past the first round." And I was like, "All right, but seriously though, if it goes past the first round and it starts getting out of control and getting into my face," and I was like, "Just cut it off. I really don't even care at this point. I'm just focused on the fight." Second round comes and it's still intact. I'm like, "All right, cool. Tie it back a little bit." And the third round comes and my coach gets ready to tie it back and the rubber band breaks. He's like, "Sorry, Shane." She grabs my hair and just snips it right off. But if you look at me, I don't even react to it. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Yeah. But then after, I'm like, shit, it's growing on for a while. Kind of sucks.
Yeah, well, it was a great moment because I was watching not with my friend but separately, and they were like, there's a guy who cut his hair between the rounds. It's crazy, and he's doing well. I say, who is it? It's Shane Burgos. Oh, okay, man. I wasn't watching at that moment because I waited. I watched it back, and he was like, "The guy's cutting his hair." And I'm like, "For real?
Thank
Yeah." And yeah, I saw a great fight, a great haircut.
Yeah, it's going, yeah.
Okay, then you got again a fight in New York. You fought Charles Rosa, American top team guy. Very entertaining fight. Got fight of the night for it. Um, you got the TKO in the third round. I think it was like 2 minutes in or something. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, how did you feel about that fight? Because yeah, again, you are still undefeated going into there. Is it hard? Is it an extra motivation, or is it a little bit of chip on your shoulder? Like, I'm still undefeated. I gotta go. I gotta. How do you feel about that?
Good question. I can see it definitely getting to some people, but the record is literally the last thing that's on my mind. I'm 10-0 right now going to this fight. Like going to my last fight, I was 9-0. 10-0 sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
Didn't even think about it until probably the day before the fight. I was like, oh shit, if I win this, I'll be 10-0. I was like, that sounds pretty cool. And double digits now, I'm undefeated. But so my record I never try to fight to keep my record intact or anything. That's like the last thing on my mind. My goal is just to win, and obviously winning keeps your record intact too. But the record itself doesn't mean anything to me. I'm just trying to win every single fight I'm in.
Okay, so I hear you always say like I don't fight. Don't fight for winning rounds. I fight for finishing my opponents. But
Exactly.
you did you ever felt in a fight like you have been 2 times now going to a decision, entering the third round? Have you ever been in a fight where you're like, I have to win this third round to win the fight, or did you never felt? Are you always like, I have won the first 2 rounds. I can go whatever I want to do.
I've been in the UFC so far. All three of my fights have gone to the third round, and not one time did I ever think, "Am I up on the cards? Am I down on the cards?" It's just always this. It's the same mentality. It's really hard to explain, but I'm not thinking of rounds, and I'm not trying to bullshit you or you're trying to lie, like trying to sound cool or anything like that. But as soon as the round starts, I'm trying to take you out. Round ends, all right. I get a little break. round starts, I'm trying to take you out. I'm not thinking about, did I win that round? Do I have to win this round? Let's try to take him down so I can secure this round. That's the last thing in my mind. It's kill or be killed. That's really how I think. So as soon as that bell rings and they say go, whether it be the first, second, or third, take him out. That's my goal.
Okay, I think that's why the fans love to watch you, because you're always your fights are entertaining, man. Let's be honest. It's
That's another goal of mine. Just make sure every single fight is entertaining. I never want to have a boring fight. I want to make sure my fights are fun to watch too, aesthetically pleasing.
yeah, because I always the fight against Godofredo Pepe, like what was it, 1.5 weeks ago.
Yeah,
It was a great fight. I think it should have gone more. It could have been more promoted. It was on
oh,
Fight Pass. You know, the people here in the Netherlands who don't have Fight Pass have never seen you fight, because only the main cards are on the TV over here, and everything else, also the FS1 prelims, the FX prelims, is all on Fight Pass here. So
I
uh,
agree. But it
yeah,
bothered me at first when the card came out. It looked like I was going to be on the FX prelims, which I was so pumped about. I was telling everybody about it, and then like I think a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks before the fight, they announced the official lineup, and I was the second fight. And I was like, no disrespect to Fight Pass. I love Fight Pass. I use Fight Pass so much. It's awesome. But as a fighter, you don't want to be on Fight Pass just because you want more eyeballs on your fights.
exactly.
And I get why they stacked that card so more people get more Fight Passes. And I guarantee you more people got more Fight Passes off that card, because that Fight Pass card was really good. But as a fighter, I want to be on TV, and I feel like that performance got me a lot of pop. I feel like it would have got me even more pop if I was on TV. So it's a bummer, but it is what it is. I got the job done. I won the fight. So
Yeah, let's say your next fight will be on TV. Okay, just
yeah,
say your next fight on TV. Let's hope so, man. I think you deserve it, definitely.
thank you.
UFC Long Island, it was pretty big for you, for your Tiger Schulmann teammates. Three of you on the card. You, Lyman Good, Jimmy Rivera. Jimmy Rivera picked up a big win against Thomas Almeida, unanimous decision. Lyman Good lost a split decision, got fight of the night, but it was a very close fight. How did you saw that? Can you tell me?
Of course, he's my teammate, so I'm always gonna lean towards him. I don't even think I could be unbiased in that situation. So I thought he won, but I'm not the judge at the end of the day, so it doesn't really matter what I thought, honestly.
To be fully honest, listen, my opinion also doesn't matter, to be honest, but when I watched the fight, it was very close, man. I thought Zaleski dos Santos at round 3. I had Lyman got round 1, and 2 was for me 50-50. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that came down to the second round.
yeah, but yeah, a buddy of mine, he's a Lyman Good fan, so he's like, Lyman got robbed, man. He said to me, I said, yeah, you
Yeah,
think? Yeah, rewatch. He said, I saw a rewatch, and when I rewatched, I was actually like, yeah, he got 1 and 2 actually. So, but Lyman was very humble in defeat, man. I read his messages. He's yeah.
humble in defeat, humble in victory. He's a very humble person. One of the
Yeah,
nicest guys.
definitely, man. I can see in his messages. So, Jimmy Rivera, you must be proud, man. Also, a teammate of yours, long time teammate of yours. What you thought about his fight?
I thought it was an awesome fight. It was a great fight. I thought he was gonna take him out of there in the first round. He dropped him twice
Yeah,
with the left hook and then the right hand. I made it I made it could take it. That dude is tough. But yeah, and then he came back and he started doing better in the later round. So it made for a really good, entertaining, fun fight too.
definitely, man. Overall, that whole Long Island card was pretty good, man. I think.
Yeah, really good from top to bottom.
Yeah, many entertaining fights, some good finishes. Yeah, really good card. Um, yeah, let's talk about next week, because it's also big for Tiger Schulmann MMA. Your teammate Julio Arce, Ring of Combat bantamweight champion. I think current bantamweight, the current featherweight champion. He has been both.
He was the bantamweight champion. Now he's the featherweight
Featherweight,
champion.
exactly. Yeah, he's the current featherweight champion. He was supposed to fight and to defend his title, I think, in 2 months, but I don't know if that's still on. But definitely not if he wins the UFC contract.
Exactly. That's
And
exactly what we're thinking.
yeah, he's fighting Peter Pettis, I think. What do you expect from the fight? And can you tell us more about Julio Arce?
Julio Arce, if anybody has ever trained with him, that dude is a nightmare and a problem for anybody. You can't take him down. If you do take him down, you can't keep him down. You can't submit him. You can't touch him. He's so fast. He does not ever get tired, and his combinations and his volume his striking volume is unparalleled. Like we go to the boxing gym and everyone there, like he won the Golden Gloves boxing as a martial artist. He won the Golden Gloves, which is very unheard of. You don't really see karate guys. That's what we were considered Tiger Schulmanns. But karate guys winning the Golden Gloves, which is the most prestigious, especially the New York Golden Gloves, which is the most prestigious in the country. So this kid is, I think, so highly of him, and he deserves to be where me, Jimmy, and Lyman are at for sure. This dude's been, before I even had one fight, he was winning amateur titles. So I look up to him, even though I'm in the UFC already. That guy is one of my favorite training partners, one of the nicest kids you'll ever meet in your life. He deserves it, and I think he's going to go out there. He's going to get the job done. He's going to get that contract.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward as well to that fight because I've been following Ring of Combat cards, Cage Fury, where you fought yourself. The let's say the east coast of the USA. There's
Yeah,
some very much talent, and very much good fighters coming from there. So I'm really looking forward. He has the co-main event spot
yeah.
next week. So yeah, let's see what's gonna happen, man. Best of luck, of course. And
No, thank you.
yeah,
If he shows up like he does in the gym, like I expect him to, that kid is he's gonna steamroll this guy.
yeah, okay. I'm looking forward. UFC Fight Pass, it will be broadcasted. So
Yep.
if we don't have UFC Fight
Tuesday,
Pass
1 week, baby, 1 week,
again, sorry,
1 more week till he fights.
one more week, August 8th.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see what we want to talk about. Do you have what's in your future right now? Because I heard some people say Jeremy Kennedy is also an undefeated prospect from Canada. Maybe he is a good matchup for you. He called out Gray Maynard, but now he's a little bit going back because he wants to train at Extreme Couture, and Gray Maynard is at Extreme Couture, so that's pretty yeah, you know. How do you see your future? Do you have an opponent in mind, or do you say I'm just taking the fight?
I don't care, man. Like I really don't care. I just want to keep winning fights, keep moving up the ladder, keep making money, man. I got a family to feed now, so that's all I really care about. Just keep winning, keep making money. I don't care who I fight. They give me the name. I just said yes to the last three guys, so it doesn't really matter.
You also are open to go to other places than New York. I know it's a coincidence probably because you had 3 times there, but do you
Yeah.
want to fight somewhere else as well?
Oh yeah, Vegas is definitely on the bucket list to fight. I definitely would love to fight in Vegas sometime. I've been to Vegas so many times. I actually was just in Vegas last week, so that's definitely one of my favorite cities in the country, and to fight there would be awesome. But other than that, I don't really. Maybe California. I don't really want to. I thought when I was younger, I thought I would like to fight overseas, but fight week sucks, man. That sucks, and to have to go to overseas and have to acclimate to the time difference and possibly the elevation and then the food and everything like that, it would be a struggle. So I would like to stay in the States, but we'll see. You never know.
What about guest fighter in, let's say, the Netherlands?
If they offer me, it's a good possibility. You never know, right?
Okay, okay. Let's keep that let's keep that in mind. Okay,
Yeah.
definitely. Hey,
I would definitely travel the world. I love traveling. I would love to travel the world, but traveling as a fighter, like if you're going to travel to fight, it's a lot harder because you're not going on a vacation. You're going there for business. You know what I mean? So it's different.
I understand
I'd
you
love to
are
go to the Netherlands one day though.
okay.
Amsterdam, all that. Yeah.
It's great to live in the Netherlands, honestly. So I'm happy.
Yeah.
Do you want to give a shout out to your sponsors, whatever to some others? You can do it if you want. Where can we follow you?
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Tiger Fight Gear, best gear in the business. Also NutriBio, best supplements in the business. Eat clean, bro. They hooked me up with all my fight meals. Tiger Schulmann, my team, my family, my friends, all you guys. Love you guys. You guys can follow me on Instagram at Hurricane Shane _ and on Twitter at Hurricane Shane B.
Great, man. Shane, thanks again for taking the interview. Really appreciate it. And yeah, I hope to talk to you soon, man.
I enjoyed it, man. Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks, man.